Welcome back to another episode of JBBRish. Today we have a very interesting alcohol to try today. I've never had this. Have you ever had this?
No.
No.
Not
Okay.
from this company, but I've had like this flavor from other places.
Especially Crown Royal. They definitely like doing that.
Jim Beam.
Jim Beam, yeah. But this will be interesting to see how this plays out. We have Jack Daniel's Tennessee Apple. Woo! So you notice as the bottle got a green label, very neat, not like a Johnny Walker green label. You know what I mean? Oh. But you also notice the color of the whiskey is very much a lighter color than their traditional.
More of a caramel color.
Yeah, not like their traditional Jack Daniels. I saw this at my local Kroger's because it was the only available spot until I found out there was a liquor store down the hill. So
Pre-research.
Pre-research. So I've never had this. You've never had this. I've had Crown Apple, which is like, when it comes to like certain types of whiskey, when it comes to flavored whiskey, like apple or anything like that, Crown Royal's pretty much got the game set, pretty much. I mean, when you think of Crown, you think of Crown, you think of Crown Apple and like all their other stuff.
Yeah.
So
I think what I'm most intrigued about this is I feel like a lot of companies, when they try to do apple flavor, it's very much so like artificial apple.
Yeah, the fake apple, like it's this Jolly Rancher apple.
Right. And I'm kind of curious if this is more of like a traditional real apple taste, like maybe more of like a bush apple.
A shapple?
A shapple. Or like where they're more of like an actual apple taste, or if it's more of like that Jolly Rancher apple.
Right. Which sometimes that Jolly Rancher isn't too bad.
Just, it gets very sweet very fast.
It gets too sweet too fast. Yeah. Oh, God. I feel like I need a pair of scissors or a knife and a machete.
It's usually easier if you just twist the knob.
Yeah, I don't like doing that. I like doing that. So go ahead and give this a twisty twist. I didn't realize this wasn't sealed, like with the plastic ring on the bottom.
I don't think most bottles are.
Well, I'm definitely getting the whiskey off of it.
Are you?
I'm getting a little bit of the apple, but more so the whiskey part.
To me, it definitely has that more like Jolly Rancher apple smell to it. But I get the whiskey and the apple.
The apple's kind of like the backup thing. Like you mainly smell the whiskey in this.
Right.
Fun fact, this was only $20.
Really?
Yeah. Isn't that crazy?
That
was
crazy.
Also before taxes.
Yeah.
But still, for $20 for a bottle of Jack Daniels, I mean, a regular Jack Daniels is like, what, $30 maybe?
No.
Yeah.
It's probably like 25.
I'd say it's a little bit higher. I mean, I don't know exactly. I know a handle of Jack costs like 40.
Something like that.
And I remember, by the way, fun fact about me, when I turned 22, I asked my dad for my birthday to get me a handle of Jack Daniels. And he got me a handle of Jack Daniels. And I was going to keep the bottle when I finished it. My mother threw it away. I was pissed. I was like, that's my birthday present.
Flashbacks.
Anyways, so go ahead and give these a pour. I'll pour yours since I'm a distinguished gentleman.
Sir. Look.
That's all you really need right there.
Yeah, that's all I really need.
Looks a lot better than Malort.
I don't know.
Shut up. Are we even?
Looks about even.
Just a hair.
Pretty close.
Alrighty. So, yeah, and by the way, thank you to everyone who watched the Malort episode.
If you haven't yet, watch it.
Yeah, episode 5, How to Start and End Friendships. That's our Malort episode, which technically it should have been How to End and Start Friendships, but your cousin is like, you should make it How to Start and End because it works better phonetically. I'm like, yeah, but we start with the bad thing first, and then we go to the good thing.
Well, I mean, honestly, you could start a friendship by just screwing somebody over with a Malort shot. It gets you talking at least.
Yeah, that's true.
You never know.
You never know.
Crazier things have happened.
I think my cousin actually had tried the Malort one time. I chalked him into it, and he was like, oh, it's not bad.
Coerced
I'm like,
him.
you are lying.
Yeah, anybody that says it's not bad is definitely lying.
And then I had my other cousin try it, and he literally like took the shot and like basically like my reaction, only a little more subdued. And like 5 minutes later, he was in the bathroom, like hurling. It was bad. So anyway, I'll give this a good look. Almost like a very caramel.
It's a lot more caramel colored now
Yeah.
that it's in now that it's in a glass.
Yeah.
It's not as much of it.
It looks like Jack Daniels needs to drink a little more water.
Yeah.
If you get what I'm saying.
Yeah, I think I get it.
Yeah. So. Okay, the whiskey's gone down a little
I'd
bit.
say it's definitely more apple
You're
smell.
definitely smelling more of the apple. But I'm still smelling, getting the fumes of the alcohol.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? That
you know it's in there. It's not like the Winter Jack where it's all just like you don't
sugary,
even smell.
cidery goodness. Yeah. But yeah, this is definitely it's got that alcohol like almost burning your nose, but it's not that strong.
Not very bad though.
But I'm actually kind of excited, but I also feel like I shouldn't get my hopes up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I have a feeling this is going to be basically the same thing as like Jim Apple or something like that.
So, all right, with that, give her a taste. Very sweet.
It is.
It's a very sweet, like, it's like, what's the scale? Like the green apple, the Granny Smith apples are like the
more sour,
and then there's the opposite spectrum,
which are usually like the Red Delicious.
Yeah, that's basically what we're looking at here.
Honestly, I'm kind of surprised based on the smell. I thought it was going to be more like Jolly Rancher taste.
Yeah,
but the taste of it is more of like an actual apple.
Yeah.
Which is, it's weird that like the smell and the taste don't match up.
Yeah, it's almost like Winter Jack, where it's almost like a cider, but it's not as sweet and it's stronger.
Yeah.
Like this makes probably a really good mixer.
Oh, definitely.
I would say like maybe, I don't know, like I'm not sure how I feel with Coca-Cola with this one. I feel like it would be too sweet.
I don't think so. I mean, that's what I used to do was like Jim Beam Apple with Coke, and I always liked it. I mean, I think maybe with a Sprite.
Ooh, maybe.
I think
that'd be interesting.
I think that'd be pretty good.
That is one thing I've noticed.
Got some Sprite in the other room.
Cut this right now.
So we got the Sprite. We're
probably gonna mix this after we do our actual like chug or shot of this, because I feel like it's doing a disservice to the actual whiskey itself. Not trying.
We got to do this traditionally, but I mean, this might be kind of fun to like kind of move into somewhat of like mixed drinks and cocktails.
So you ready?
Shooter. It's a very pleasant shot.
Yeah.
It's got a lot more of a harsh burn than I thought it would.
Yeah, it's a harsher burn, but it is a pretty solid. I mean, whenever I'm taking a shot, I'm expecting some sort of burn. You get a lot more of the whiskey flavor.
The apple kind of
takes a backseat to it a little bit, but it's still there. But the whiskey itself is really coming through.
Right.
I mean, it's good.
I can't complain.
No,
it is. It's a very good shot. I mean, definitely if you're gonna shoot it, I highly recommend that as a shot to take. But I'm very excited to try this.
It's our first mixed drink sort of situation here.
Yeah, I'm very excited to try this with the Sprite.
Okay, we don't need too much. Don't need to overpower the Sprite. Perfect.
That's why I want to be a bartender.
A tarbender?
The last tarbender.
The last Avatar. The last tarbender.
You're gonna call me Aang?
No, Tang. Easy there, Chief.
Practicing my skills.
What skills?
Looks like champagne.
It does actually. You made champagne whiskey.
That's 45 minutes away from me. Just kidding. It's like an hour and a half.
Yeah. All right. So now we're trying something very different here today on the show. Sprite and Jack Daniels Apple. This would be Tennessee Apple. My apologies. Oh. By the way, we'll go into the bottle real quick. Apple liqueur blended with Jack Daniels Tennessee whiskey, 35% alcohol by volume, 70 proof.
Not bad.
Jack Daniels character, Lynchburg, Tennessee. Green apple, crisp and fresh, exceptionally smooth, highest quality. That's all we really need to know.
Yeah.
I mean, pretty much everyone knows what Jack Daniels is.
Right. I mean, it's all it is a apple flavored Jack Daniels.
It's a historic whiskey.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, with that, let's give this a taste. I'm excited for this one.
Not as good as I wanted it to be.
I'm almost getting like honeydew.
A little bit. Honestly, time out. Want to know what it probably would have been even better with? Ginger ale.
Yeah, I would
I think that's what's missing. It needs
ginger ale or I think ginger beer would actually go.
ginger
really
beer
good.
would be really good
Yeah.
too. Sprite. I mean, it's not bad.
It's also
not bad.
warm
It's
Sprite.
yeah.
So I mean, but
I mean, it's kind of refreshing. But I mean, honestly, like my drinks at my wedding, I mean, it would be like an apple flavored one of those, because that's all mine was whiskey, ginger ale, or whiskey, ginger beer, ginger ale, and lime. Yeah.
right. But yeah, it's so bizarre because I'm actually getting like honeydew, which is something I don't normally eat that much of.
Yeah.
But when you get like if you get a ripe honeydew, it's it's green and everything on the inside,
Right.
and like you get that. It's almost like a watermelon texture, sort of like cantaloupe, But
yeah.
but
I mean, it kind of tastes like cantaloupe a little bit.
yeah,
too.
that too. It's like the honeydew and cantaloupe both kind of have the
Yeah.
same textures and the same almost similar flavors.
Yeah. So I think it would be better if it was cold. But I mean,
Yeah.
it's honestly kind of refreshing. I mean,
Yeah.
it's like this, I wouldn't mind
And
drinking
the burn
this in
isn't
the
there.
summer or something.
The burn isn't there.
No, not at all.
I mean, I'm sure once you get down to the bottom where it's thicker with the whiskey, it's going to get a lot thicker.
Right.
But
Not bad. Not
Mm-mm.
bad. But let's do our review on just the
whiskey.
Just the whiskey.
Go ahead.
Do you want to go out of 5 or 10?
I feel like I'm trying to think what would be the best situation here. Let's go with a 10.
Out of 10?
I feel like when we do like more higher quality stuff other than just beer or like certain craft
It
beers,
deserves a bit of a
the
bigger
the
scale.
one exception was the King Sue,
Right.
because that's like a big deal. That's
true
top,
champagne of
yeah,
beers.
yeah, that's toppling Goliath's, like, other than Pseudo Sue, which is their most famous beer, King Sue.
Right.
But yeah, so we'll go out of 10. What is
Out of
your
10?
opinion?
I would give it. I would honestly give it somewhere between a 6.5 and a 7.
Yeah.
It's good. I think if I'm gonna go with an apple whiskey, I definitely prefer Crown.
Mm-hmm.
Or honestly, I'm kind of more partial to Jim Beam. I think it's got more flavor.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'd rather have
regular
Jack.
Yeah.
If I'm
I
gonna
would
buy
agree.
Jack, I'd
I
rather
would agree.
have just regular Tennessee whiskey,
Yeah.
not flavored. But that's just me. So I'm gonna say 6.5, 7, somewhere in that ballpark.
Yeah, I'm going to give this a 5.5. I think it's very good. If someone handed me a shot of it, I would do a shot of it. I'm not like overly impressed,
Right.
but I thought it was much. I didn't want to get my hopes up,
Yeah.
and I'm glad I didn't. But that's not a negative thing. That's just like my opinion. Because is it good? Yes. Are there some things they could probably work on to make it a little bit better? Sure. But I think for what they have, for $20,
Not bad.
that's a pretty good deal, and I'll give them that. So I think with that, we probably finish these.
Yes, sir.
I'm Blake,
This is Adam.
and with that,
Give me a beer.
all right.